Hi, I'm Georgia Mallinson and I'm Head of Wine Tourism here at Rathfinny Wine Estate. So essentially we are a wine producer. We are a large vineyard near Alfriston in East Sussex. But alongside that we have a hospitality industry which provides a restaurant, accommodation, tours and tastings and a shop. My role here at Rathfinny Wine Estate is to develop what we call our wine tourism offer. So we are a wine estate producing sparkling wine and still wine, but alongside that we have a tourism industry which is attracting people to come and visit us at the estate to hear about what we do and maybe experience our restaurants, our accommodation or our tours and tastings. The best thing is the team. So under my guidance, we have a large team, and that's seasonal because sometimes we're busier than others. But we like to think of ourselves as the Rathfinny family. And we want to engage with our staff and make sure that they enjoy coming to work. It's a beautiful, beautiful place set in the South Downs, and it's also fun. So in my area, it's mainly hospitality. So we have chefs, we have kitchen porters, we have front of house staff. Within the accommodation, we have housekeeping or operations, so making sure everything's working and everything's going well. We have maintenance teams that help us maintain all of our equipment and the grounds and our lovely herbs and flowers in the gardens. We also have the cellar door shop, so that's more retail and e-commerce, so dispatching our wines to our customers around the country and internationally, in fact, as well. We have our tour and tasting guides, so they are very knowledgeable on what's happening on the estate and how we grow our wines and how we produce our wines. Alongside my area, there are other areas on the estate, for instance, in the vineyard, which is much more of an outdoor sort of role and looking after the vines from pruning at the beginning of the year to tending the vines right up to harvest in October when we pick our grapes. And then once the grapes have been picked in October, it's then handed over to the production team who will then make our wines throughout the year. We also have an accounts team who look after all the financial side of the business in terms of payroll and payment of invoices. We also have a sales team who sell our wines. Not only we sell our wines directly to our customers on the estate, but we also have a sales team who sell nationally and internationally to our customers. And also a marketing team who obviously market what we have available, whether it's to our trade customers or also to our customers who visit the estate. COVID was interesting actually because we adapted our business quite significantly whilst the restrictions were in place. So we changed the offer, which we had to legally, but equally it changed and we developed new offerings and experiences on the estate, which actually we've carried on subsequently. So that was a positive in that respect. The after effects of COVID have been quite significant in terms of staffing and recruitment because the hospitality industry was already a challenged industry in terms of attracting people to it, and perhaps the staff and people haven't necessarily been treated as well as they should have been historically in the hospitality industry. And so we lost a lot of people who looked for other jobs during COVID, and they've gone on to different careers. So I feel as though we've got to start looking at hospitality again as a career, and it's not just something that you drop into, but there are great opportunities within hospitality, and it can be a really exciting and rewarding career. We're very much focused on that here on the estate. The estate was built in terms of winemaking to be as sustainable as possible. We have solar panels, we have a borehole for water, and we recycle all of our wastewater. We have just put in an application to be B Corp accredited, which brings in all of the aspects in terms of our community, our workers, our sustainability and our green practices to ensure that we are doing the best that we can for the community, for our workers and for the business. We're very open to apprenticeships in many areas. So it's not just in my area. So yes, we'd always be open to apprenticeships. I mean, we've had some people that have started with us on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I've got a few 16-year-olds working for me at the moment. Obviously, there are some limitations in what they can do, but if they've got an interest and sort of want to work here and have got the sort of the right skills or want to learn, I'm very happy to give opportunities. We've got a very low turnover of staff, actually. So, for instance, Christina, was my customer experience manager, she started with us 8 years ago. Having sort of changed her mind about going to university, she decided she didn't want to do that and joined us as a sort of part-time worker in our retail environment. She subsequently went on to do a degree at Plumpton in wine business and then her diploma. And she's been with me for 8 years and helped me develop our customer offer here on the estate. She's just left to go on to be a wine educator. So it's something that will expand and broaden her experience. Who knows, she might be back at some point. She loved Rathfinny, but it was time for her to move on. So yes, there's generally lots of opportunities, and we try and sort of educate people in different areas of the business, even though that's not their particular area. So we will do wine tastings, even if it's for the sort of production staff or the vineyard staff. So we try and sort of create a nice sort of community for the business and give you a broader perspective of what the business is about. Well, the advice I give people now, is that the same question? Maybe not, is just try lots of different things. And actually, I did have that sort of approach. So you don't necessarily need to know what you want to do at 16, because what you start off doing might not be what you end up doing. I did a clothing degree and worked for Marks and Spencer once I'd done that. So I was in retail and clothing manufacture, and I've now found myself in hospitality, and I've been here for the last 11 years. So I've almost had 2 careers. So it's not too late and it's not too early to try lots of different things.